After 9 days of racing, with a consistent trade wind of between 25 and 30 knots, the four leaders, grouped within 50 miles of each other, speedily pass the Cape Verde Islands and head to the equator. Hugo Boss continues to lead, but Neutrogena, Cheminée, Pujola and Gaillez are hot on their heels. Average speeds are quite impressive, and the doldrums so far are proving quite lenient.
Tous les ballons on passait pas très loin de noir et vitesse vraiment forte, toujours à des vitesses impressionnantes. C'est-à-dire que tu es obligé d'avoir tout le temps quelqu'un à la barre. Il y a du contact, les classements changent. Là, on est dans un petit groupe qui est assez serré, c'est assez sympa. Les trois autres bateaux qui sont dans le groupe, là, ils vont vite, hein, donc il faut pas lâcher, quoi.
Sailing to the east of the leaders and trying hard to catch up, Renault Capteur avoided the worst.
Il y a un safran qui s'est relevé. C'était au moment où on changeait de quart, donc on était à l'intérieur du bateau en train de discuter. On s'est fait une belle frayeur quand même, parce que quand c'est arrivé, on devait être à 22. Donc on a perdu un peu de temps, le temps de rouler le petit Genac et tout ça. Et puis de trouver une solution pour remettre le safran en route.
300 miles behind them, One Planet, One Ocean Farmerton and We Are Water are fighting for 6th place.
We know We Are Water is fastest boat on the paper than our boat. The only strategy we have is try to sail as fast as possible and try to be at the same speed as they are now. For the doldrums, for the moment we have an entrance point that we fix. We try to gain a little bit more of west than we are now, but in this moment is a little bit difficult for the wind conditions. The only thing that we know for the moment is where we want to go in, but we don't know when we are going to go out.
Meanwhile, Spirit of Hungary, some 700 miles from the leaders, is suffering from an obvious lack of speed.
It looks like they are faster all the time. But we don't know exactly the reason why.
Bruno Garcia, 47, a skipper, but primarily an interventional cardiologist.
Hola. Bon dia. Senyor Verdú, com estem?
Bé, de moment.
Sí? Bueno, i de moment, i després sortirà millor? Farem. Jo no serviria, crec, per skipper professional, perquè tot i que sembla que haguem de fer les mateixes coses, ells suporten molta més pressió. Jo els admiro molt perquè jo crec que a mi em costaria molt. A mi m'agrada molt la meva professió, ja m'agrada molt ser metge. Sí que hi ha coses en comú, per exemple, les decisions, no? Quan has de prendre una decisió, t'has de prendre un temps, un marge. No has d'esperar molt perquè hi ha la vida d'un pacient, però has de tenir un cert temps i un temps ple que jo crec que s'assembla molt en la vela. Tinc l'experiència amb el Jean Le Cam, que ja vaig fer 4 anys, i era similar. I encara era més esquizofrènic perquè el Jean té un caràcter fort i jo em sentia encara més obligat a complir, no? Amb lo del barco i l'hospital, i ell no ho entenia, o sigui que dintre del que hi ha cap, aquest any encara el trobo més portable. Tinc uns companys que valen el seu pes en or, perquè són ells els que em diuen no ho dubtis, tu vés-hi, nosaltres ja ens arreglem. Vull dir que això, jo penso que ells no sé si ho entenen, però ho suporten, diguéssim, ho accepten. Sempre tens una mica un pensament de com estaran, de si has deixat les coses ben lligades, però és un pensament només, no és cap preocupació, perquè sé que jo no sóc imprescindible en res, a l'hospital ni enlloc.
th day of racing. The leaders come up against the doldrums, the so-called intertropical convergence zone at the equator, where the northeasterly winds meet the southeasterlies. It's a place where speeds obviously drop. The front runners are still compact, although Gaias Centros Auditivos has to take some time to get over some technical problems.
Hace 4 años aquí pues no había tenido tantos problemas como ahora, ¿no? De roturas y cosas. Supongo que por el ritmo también de regata pues que hace que salgan más problemas, ¿no?
Hemos pasado toda la noche debajo del mangue, siguiendo lloviendo, y nos he ido bien para reparar todas las cosas que teníamos muchas que reparar. Teníamos una cerra mayor y reparar 3 sables, reparar la mayor, unas velas que teníamos guiadas también. Ahora ya parece que estamos saliendo, tenemos un poco de viento del sureste y a ver si esta noche ya no hay ningún chubasco ni nada y ya mañana sale el sol. Saludos.
Renault Captur tries a more direct route to the east in an attempt to catch the leading boats.
If we would bring out all of the dollars now, I was really confident that it would be a big success. Because with the problem of our heavier just after the start, we have to be contact to the leading group. So, and if you are slightly behind, just be acting the way. Exactly what we've done, and it was an option for us.
In the end, it's a lost cause. The solution to be found out to the west, to get ahead of and around the Santa Elena anticyclone. Hugo Boss is the first boat to cross into the southern hemisphere, improving the previous record by 25 hours for the 1,900 nautical miles separating Barcelona from the equator.
Expecting to have a better one, but with the doldrums you never know, right? I think we had a plan before the doldrums, we stick to the plan, and the good thing is come up 50 miles to windward to them.
An hour and 10 minutes behind the leader, Neutrogena crosses the equator ahead of Chamonix Pujola, following them an hour and a half later. They are followed by Gaes Centros Auditivos, sun, wind and laughter. This does not stop Hugo Boss out in front, continuing to set the pace. Great satisfaction for Alex Thompson.
All's going good on board. We currently got about 15 to 20 knots. We're 50 miles closer to the wind, where the wind's coming from, than Neutrogena and Chamonix Pujola, which should give us an advantage, and hopefully we'll convert that over the next period of a week to 10 days into 50, 60, 70 miles of forward. We've managed to get lots of rest after the doldrums, which was tough. Now it's a bit of a drag race, a bit of a boat speed race really. All's going well though, we're super happy.
Il y aura des choix de comment on s'approche de l'anticyclone et pour l'instant il faut descendre le plus vite possible.
Unlike the last edition of the race, none of the leaders are considering a technical pit stop in Recife. A small problem with the drinking water filter will not stop Alec Thompson and Pepe Ribes, especially with Neutrogena so close behind them.
We're checking the filter in the water maker because the water quality is not being really good in the last 2 days or 3 days. So,
What do you mean by water quality?
Tastes a little bit salty.
Completely optimistic and relaxed, the leading duo continue to make distance on the others throughout the following night at a rate of 1 mile an hour, fast, and perhaps a little too fast. In the afternoon of the 14th day, the mood completely changes and there is a breakage.
Malheureusement, hier soir et en début de nuit, un appel sur la ligne rouge, donc c'est une ligne d'appel d'urgence. Donc on apprend par l'équipe technique de Hugo Boss à terre que Hugo Boss a dématé à 21h02 GMT et donc actuellement le bateau fait route sur le port le plus proche au Brésil sous le vent qui est Salvador de Bahia.
It's extremely disappointing. I'm so disappointed for our team, for Pepe, for all of us. It's heart-wrenching when these things happen.
Déjà, on est désolé pour eux. C'est dommage parce que la course, elle perd son favori. Nous, on perd un concurrent. C'est dommage.
Alors la physionomie de la course change un peu puisqu'on perd le leader Hugo Boss, mais Neutrogena et Pujola sont encore roue dans roue.
think for a German it's really unusual to go this path of racing, because normally a German, they're doing Olympics, then they're doing crude racing, where Germany is really strong in. You cut the race in portions. We said, okay, I'm doing the Atlantic bit, which is 3 weeks, which is like a normal transat race, which I've done a couple of times before. After that, it's 5 weeks in the Southern Ocean, which is a bit like the adventurous bit of the race, a little bit an venture into the unknown. And coming back is like another transat. So you got two transats and something in between. You don't know what you're facing. I know what I'm facing because I read all the world books, but still it's new. He's a great person. So sailing with Sebastian is just great. So he's a calm character. So it's really easy to go along with him in a good way, because that's not always given when you're double-handed sailing. If two strong characters are on a boat, you're heading for a crash one time or the other, because with the cold, with being tired, being cold, that brings something up in you which is not always the best behavior in the world. So you're stressed. So it's good if the two skippers are quite calm characters. Really important. He has done the Jules Verne with Orange. Then half a Jules Verne with Groupama. He has done the last Barcelona on Group Bell. So he has got a lot of experience in the south. So that's really a good safety factor. And I think that's important for us, having somebody in the team who knows how to handle the south, and which also for our performance is a big plus. Sure. For me, there are two skippers on the boat. There's not one skipper and one co-skipper. I mean, in our team, it's like two skippers.